Good morning, you sexy mofos. What's going on? This is Mix coming at you from Jersey. You already know what time it is. New Jersey Morning Drive. I did decide to change the name and actually change the name of the channel. I got some input from a couple of friends. So, welcome to the new channel, NJ Morning Drive. That's exactly what the hell I'm doing right now. Driving my behind to work to make that money. Yo, guys, I have made a video about like men and relationships, and this was before the video that I made about like the virgins. She's she's not a virgin, but she's wearing a white dress or whatever. But I erased it because I thought that I was a little bit too harsh. And I just saw the news this morning about this guy Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon. And I said, screw that. I gotta make this video, yo, because it basically it shows. It shows. Obviously, everyone in the freaking world knows who the CEO of Amazon is. This guy is, I believe, the richest mother lover in the world. I think. I'm not sure. But I think he's one of it on the top, right? This guy was an investment banker. I think he worked for Goldman Sachs or whatever. And so he founded Amazon, which we know that Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the world. So I just heard the news this morning that this guy is getting divorced. And obviously, when you're going through these divorces, these people, they're in a different level. So they make these announcements, oh, we're getting divorced. I would like to know who initiated that divorce. Because more than likely, according to statistics, three, two-thirds of all divorces are initiated by women. So maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. But what I'm trying to touch is, guys, guys, I'm telling you, you have to make sure that you know who you're marrying. You have to. On that video, that I made, that I said that I raised, I said something very simple. And it's like some of us, and I mean us men, we marry or we trying to get into a relationship with the woman that you really don't know. You don't know women. You basically met someone and you know this person for 6 months and you are all infatuated and you think you're in love and this, that, and the third. Man, that's all BS. The question that I have for you is this. If you if you were to open a business, you had $100,000 to open a business. Will you go into business with someone that you just met 6 months ago? I think that if you're smart, I'm hoping you will say no. Because you don't know enough about that person to know their character and to know what they're all about in order for you to basically make that kind of investment financially and personally. And so we have guys out there that are basically just meeting women. You know this person for 6 months, a year, and you guys are declaring your love by marrying this person that you don't freaking know. And so one thing that I notice is that, for example, you have all these guys proposing on their knees, like they get on their knees. And when I think about that, is like the only time that I get on my knees is when I'm gonna pray to God. I'm gonna worship God. I'm going to be, worshiping my God. And so for me, the act of getting on your knees to propose to a woman, you basically are worshiping her. So therefore you are not no longer you're no longer like, the male figure. You're basically just a wimp that are getting on your knees to basically proclaim your love to this woman. The funny thing is that women have the power to say yes or no, but we have the power to choose what woman we marry. And so we have to marry and choose very carefully the woman that we choose to basically spend the rest of our lives with. I know that is a movement out there, the MGTOWs. I respect these guys, because some of these guys basically, I think that the premises of their thinking is good. It's good. These are guys that probably gotten burned in the court systems. And so the whole idea of basically walking away from relationships and like the conventional marriages and things like that, it makes a lot of sense. Question that I have for you is this, guys, and this is for my boys, for my guys out there. Man, I want you to ask yourselves one question. For a man, what is the benefit of getting married? Please, I want you to listen to the question I'm asking, that I'm postulating. Guys, what is the benefit to a man of getting married with a woman? Let's think about this. So women will say, well, I'm giving you companionship. Okay, so am I. I'm giving you coochie, but I'm giving you stick. So, okay, it's a 50-50. But let me ask you this. When she leaves you, and again, the statistically the statistics say that two-thirds of divorces are initiated by a female, by a woman. And another thing that says is that 50% of all marriages will end up in divorce. So I don't know if you can see where I'm going with this. So when you're married, now you have kids, you have a house. When she divorces you, what are the things that more than likely you would lose? And I live in New Jersey. And so think about the things that usually men lose. You lose your house, right? You lose your kids, because now the woman, what she would do is basically use the kids as a weapon so she can get as much money as she can out of you. So what is the benefit of getting married? Please, someone tell me. Write it on the comments. What is the benefit for a man to get married in today's society? Because most of these females out there, they're garbage. I said it, and I'm sorry. Most of the females out there in the dating pool are nothing but gold diggers, ill women with no feelings. All they're thinking about is how much they're gonna get out of a man. And so, when you come to think about it, it doesn't make sense, man, to get married. Like before, let me tell you one thing: if you're gonna get married, I'm married, and I've been married multiple times. I'm married, and I think I found the right person. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because she works her ass off every day, every day, and so I know, and we've been through our shit. I already know the character of the person that I'm with, because when the shit has hit the fan, she's been there. So I know the character of my partner, my woman, my wife. So for you guys, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you want to know what the woman that you think you want to marry and spend the rest of your life with is all about, you have to stress test your bitch. Let me explain what I mean. At the beginning of the relationship, most men are throwing gifts and giving money and going on trips and doing this and doing that. And so the woman is thinking, holy shit, this is gonna be the perfect provider, because women think in terms of security. Women think in terms of security. Women thrive in we thrive in relationships where a woman respects us, where we are respected. Women thrive in a relationship where they'll feel protected. And so that's basically how we look at the world. And so You have to basically know the character of the person that you're marrying. Okay. So you want to see what things are all about? If you don't happen to live with her, or even if you live with her, a white lie is never a bad thing. So you might want to tell her something like, "Honey, you know what? I lost my job," or "I got demoted," or "You know what? They're about to close the company," or whatever, just to see obviously the reaction, and try to withhold. If you guys were going on trips and going to dinner and this and that and the third, I would say that for about a good 6 months, or whatever you can do, try to start withholding all the luxuries, the little luxuries, like going out to dinner. You know, say something like, "You know what? We're gonna have to move to a smaller apartment. I'm gonna have to get rid of my car." I know that this is crazy, but when you think about the flip side of that coin, if you sign that document, which is the marriage certificate, you basically lost it all, unless you were able to have her. You guys have a prenup, which basically say, "Listen, whatever you walked in is what you live with, and whatever I walked in is what you live with, and whatever we built together, we go halves." If you could do that, great. Obviously, that's another way to basically find out exactly what she's all about. Most women would want you to sign. If they have money, they want you to sign a prenup, and that's completely fine. But in our feminist society, if a man tells a woman, "You know what? I need you to sign this prenup," oh, it's the end of the world, and that tells you the kind of character that she is. Bring that up. Say something like, "You know what? I have this, and listen, I have this money. Even if you don't have it, what I'm trying to say is just you're testing. You're testing your relationship just to see what happens. Whatever way you want to test it out, whatever way you want to stress test your relationship, that's up to you. I'm just giving you pointers here. So you want to know the character of that person. And if you, couple of months, a couple of weeks, you start having problems and you see that she's changing and she is getting more combative, or she brings up she insults you, or she tell you things, she's telling you things like, "Oh, you know what? You're not worth it. What are we gonna do? Go out there and get a job." If she's not willing to take the weight of the relationship, man, walk away. Walk away. Get out. You have, you don't have, you have an ill human being. Walk away. Get out. It's better to walk away at the relationship stage than try to get in divorce later on and losing everything. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. And so, going back to, Mr. Bezos, this, I was reading up on his wife. And I mean, whatever the circumstances are that he's getting divorced or they're getting divorced for, that's obviously up to them. But I'm talking about the benefits and the things that you will lose. So she went to Princeton. She went to school in Princeton. She basically studied. She's a novelist, and I believe they married in '93. So they've been married for a long time. But nowhere did I see in there that she was part of Amazon or that she was part of anything. And now I'm hearing that she is probably gonna get. They're gonna split it evenly. So this guy is worth about $193 billion. About $193 billion, give or take, depending what the stock market is. So think about that for a moment. 193. So we put it. Let's say that he is worth 100 billion, right? Because you have the stockholders and all. That obviously is more technical. But let's just say that he's worth $100 billion. This guy is gonna have to pay this woman, and they have 4 kids. But this guy is gonna have to pay this woman that didn't help to build this company. I don't think she didn't do shit about building this company. This guy built this company from the ground up. And I'm not saying that I feel bad for him because that's the, hey, listen, that's the cost of playing the game. And the game, what I mean by that is the game of marriage. Okay? And so she's gonna walk away with, let's say, 50, $50 billion. My fucking question is, what did she do to build that company? Okay, so she's a novelist. I didn't see that she was part of the company or anything like that. So my question is, what gives her the right? And maybe he's just being generous or whatever. He knows better because he knows that this divorce can basically be probably ugly. And so he's like, you know what? I'm gonna cut my losses and I'm gonna walk away. Because at the end of the day, if you made it once, you're gonna make it again. And so she's walking away with all this money. Think about Tiger Woods. Think about Tiger Woods. I don't know the specifics, but I believe that Tiger Woods supposedly had, she married the nanny, I believe. And so this woman basically was the nanny. She basically, he made a deposit into her, bank. You guys saw the video that I made about that. Think about your seed as currency. So he made a deposit into her, if you know what I mean, right? And when he got caught cheating or whatever he was doing, and he was allegedly doing. Actually, no, he not allegedly. He went on national TV and apologized, dumbass. But she wa- I think that Tiger Woods was worth what, $1 billion, and she walked away with a nice chunk of change. My question is this: the guy that basically taught Tiger Woods the game, I believe, was his father. And so, how come his father didn't get half of that money? No, she got some of that money. And so, my question is, what the freak did she do to deserve to get all that money? All she did was she married a rich guy, and when the divorce happened, she walked away laughing to the bank. Cha-ching! So, guys, again, going back to my point, what is the benefit for a man to get married? The answer, guys, unfortunately, is none. You can have kids without getting married. You can have a great relationship without getting married. And so I'm not advocating not getting married. I'm just basically asking a question. And I want you guys to think about this because this can change your life. This can be life changing for over, some of you guys just getting married or thinking about getting married. I want you to put the emotions aside for a moment and think about this in a logical way as a business transaction because that's exactly what marriage is, right? So guys, think about who this person is that you're gonna be marrying, because odds are she will probably start a divorce, and by the time she leaves, remember that famous line from Kanye? She gonna live with half. I have another topic that I want to talk about, and that's kids, and like making sure that the kids that you have are not yours. And so we'll talk about that, in another video that I would like to make, because that's something that I have seen a lot now. You know, parents that now are getting divorced, and the lawyer says, "Hey, listen, just out of curiosity or whatever, you just get a DNA test." And then these guys are finding out that these kids are not their kids, which is messed up. But I'll make a video about that later. But guys, listen. I want to, shout out to my guys. I want to shout out to, Kerry P, my boy. I want to shout out to Joseph A, my boy. I want to basically thank all of you guys that are watching these videos. Any comments, anything that you guys would basically like to ask me, any topics that you guys would like for me to talk about, please let me know. Send me a message. Comment down below. And I hope you have a great day, guys. Love you. This is Mix coming at you. NJ Morning Drive. Driving, traffic is crazy today. But, I always leave early to get, I like to get on time everywhere I go. So, guys, I love you. God bless. Have a great day. Peace out. And, take care of each other and love each other. Bye.